Hey there, how's it going? What's good? How's it hangin'? How day, how day. I don't know. Anyways, y'all know who it is, and I'm here to teach you guys the art of witchcraft. Okay, I know what you're all thinking. But Zach, I thought you were supposed to do a presentation on the power of prayer and spirituality and how it affects self-care. Well, as a matter of fact, I am. In a lot of cases, witchcraft tends to go hand in hand with what we refer to now as neo-paganism, otherwise known as contemporary or modern paganism. Neo-paganism has its roots dating all the way back to 10,000 BC, when some of the first historical recordings of spiritual practice were first being formed. From that point in time, various civilizations went on to develop their own religions and pantheons. A few well-known instances include the Greek pantheon, the Roman pantheon, the Norse pantheon, and the Egyptian pantheon. Needless to say, it was all over the place, and it came in many ways, shapes, and forms. Most practitioners of magic from then to now practice some form of either paganism or some other nature or spirit-based discipline, such as animism, druidism, or spiritualism. When Christianity rose in both popularity and influence throughout Europe, the widespread pagan religions soon became the subjects of persecution, resulting in the hundreds of years' worth of holy crusades and witch hunts. Eventually, mass murder in the name of God became a big no-no in certain countries, and interest in the ancient practices climbed back up again, sowing the seeds of a new spiritual movement that took place during the Renaissance. This movement split into several different movements, each of which emphasized different aspects of ancient spiritual practices. One popular example being Wicca, a popular religion in Western culture known for its practice of nature worship and witchcraft. Wicca had a huge spike in popularity in great part to the feminist movements of the 1970s in the US. This, along with the widespread success of the internet and social media, paved the way for modern pagans of many types. Now, it's difficult to describe such a widespread and diverse spiritual movement because of the fact that neo-paganism was founded based on the principles of eclecticism. Contemporary pagan movements do not share a single set of beliefs, practices, or texts. Each practitioner is encouraged to pursue signs and callings in order to discover their individual system of beliefs or ritual practices. As an eclectic, a practitioner borrows traditions from different religious systems, generally not from the main world religions such as Christianity or Islam, but there are always exceptions. Now, with the history in a nutshell out of the way, I'm going to switch gears and try my best to explain my personal experience as a practicing contemporary pagan and witch, and how non-practitioners can take these concepts and apply it to their own self-care. The first concept is very simple, and it's something that you were likely taught before watching this video. I'm talking about meditation. Meditation has been used as a grounding and calming tool in many practices outside of spiritual, such as in counseling therapy and martial arts. In my practice, it can also be used as a part of spell work and energy work / Reiki, as well as shadow work, which I will cover later. A lot of people think that you need to sit in a crisscross position with your hands touching each other in order to meditate, which is a big misconception. In truth, you really only need to be in a position that helps make you feel relaxed in order to meditate. You can be seated or even lay in your bed in order to meditate. There are many guided meditation videos found on YouTube that calmly talk you through sessions as short as 5 minutes to as long as even several hours. If you're new to meditation, I suggest starting there by typing meditation in the search bar and check out a few videos to see if any of them work for you. In general, you really only need to be in a relaxed position and to maintain a steady, consistent, sometimes even rhythmic pattern of breathing. One of the most common ones being to inhale for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds, and exhale for 4 seconds. The next concept I want to talk about is our chakras, which are various focal points used in a variety of ancient meditation practices frequently found in Buddhism, Hinduism, and Jainism. The more common and most studied chakra system is the 7-chakra system. It incorporates 6 major chakras along with a 7th center, generally not regarded as a chakra, but we call it a chakra anyway, don't tell anybody. These points are arranged vertically along the axial channel of our bodies. The chakras are traditionally considered meditation aids. The yogi or practitioner progresses from lower chakras to the highest chakra, blossoming in the crown of the head, internalizing the journey of spiritual ascent. Now, the reason why it's important in self-care to know your chakras is because each one resonates with a different part of your body. If you have underlying health concerns or chronic pain in certain parts of your body, or if your mind feels foggy and it's difficult to form complex thoughts, that could mean that a corresponding chakra in your body is blocked and you need to fix it. Before we get into that, let me walk you through the 7 chakras in your body. As we go through each individual chakra, keep in mind that chakra translates to wheel in Sanskrit. You can imagine them like wheels of free-flowing positive energy. Starting from the bottom up, we have your root chakra. This is located at the base of your spine in the tailbone area. This is the most important chakra to maintain as it represents our foundation, and your other chakras cannot be taken care of if this one is blocked. The root chakra controls survival issues, financial independence, money, and food. It gives us the feeling of being grounded. When it's open, we feel confident in our ability to stand on our own 2 feet. When it's blocked, we feel threatened and like we're standing on unstable ground. The mantra for this chakra is, "I cannot grow from an unsteady foundation." This chakra develops between the ages of 1 through 7. Next is the sacral chakra, located in the lower abdomen, about 2 inches below the navel. The sacral chakra controls your sense of abundance, well-being, pleasure, and sexuality. It also helps to tell you how you relate to your emotions and the emotions of others. It also governs creativity and sexual energy. A blocked sacral chakra can feel a lack of control in their lives. The mantra for this chakra is, "I always honor others, but not before myself." This chakra develops between the ages of 8 through 14. The next chakra is the solar plexus chakra, located in, you guessed it, the solar plexus, just below your chest cavity. This chakra controls self-worth, self-confidence, and self-esteem. It speaks to your ability to be confident and in control of your life. Think back to the last time you had butterflies or felt a pit in your stomach. That's the solar plexus chakra at work. If it's blocked, you may feel overwhelmed with high amounts of shame and self-doubt. If it's open, you're free to express your true self. The mantra for this chakra is, "Self-love starts when I accept all parts of myself." This chakra develops between the ages of 15 through 21. The next chakra is the heart chakra, at the center of your chest. It is the bridge between the lower chakras associated with materiality and upper chakras associated with spirituality. The heart chakra controls love, joy, and inner peace. It can influence your ability to give and receive love from others and yourself. If your heart chakra is blocked, you may have difficulty fully opening up to the people in your life. If someone's heart is open, they can experience deep compassion and empathy. The mantra for this chakra is, "When I love myself, loving others will come easily," which is, quite frankly, what should be the mantra for this self-care class. This chakra develops between the ages of 21 through 28. Next, we have the throat chakra. I'm sure y'all can guess where that's located, right? Right. Anyways, the throat chakra controls communication, self-expression, and truth. It gives voice to the heart chakra and controls your ability to communicate your personal power. When it's functioning at full capacity, it allows you to express yourself truly and clearly. If it's blocked, you may feel like you have trouble finding the words to say how you truly feel. The mantra for this chakra is, I speak my truth always. This chakra develops between the ages of 29 through 35. Now we have the third eye chakra, located on your forehead between your eyes, also known as the brow chakra. It controls intuition, imagination, and wisdom. As you move up the body, you get closer to communion with the divine. It controls your ability to see the big picture and connect to your intuition. Think of it as the eye of the soul. It registers information beyond surface level. Visions and intuitive hits are not uncommon for someone with an open third eye chakra. The mantra for this chakra is, I am open to exploring what cannot be seen. This chakra develops between the ages of 36 through 42. Finally, the crown chakra, which sits at the crown of your head. It controls inner and outer beauty as well as spiritual connection. It represents your ability to be fully connected spiritually. When you open your crown chakra, which is something very few people ever do, you're able to access a higher level of consciousness. The mantra for this chakra is, I am a vessel for love and light. This chakra develops between the ages of 43 through 49. Now that you know what each chakra in your body represents and the signs of blockage for each one, let's talk about how you can take care of them. Going back to meditation for a brief moment, meditation is a great stepping stone for opening up your chakras. Just ask any yoga instructor. There are a lot of guided meditation videos on YouTube that emphasize focusing on certain chakras through guided visualizations. One example I found involves focusing all of your feelings to the soles of your feet while sitting down with your feet planted on the ground. You then imagine that you're standing firmly, planted in the earth as a tall, mighty tree. As you absorb the energy from the earth, you would then focus your feeling upward into the bottom of your spine, where your root chakra would be. You would imagine yourself feeling nourished by the earth, or Mother Nature. And this nutrition makes you feel physically safe, grounded, and in the present. If you believe that this is so, this is when your root chakra starts to open. From there, you may eventually work on opening your other chakras from the bottom up. Now let's talk about crystals. The scientific method behind crystals is controversial to say the least, but there have been many accounts of people stating that they feel physically and mentally healthier due to the electromagnetic waves produced by crystals. The use of crystals requires an open mind and the belief that they will help you. A saying used in witchcraft that can be applied to any real-life scenario goes like this: intention is everything. In order to achieve some form of goal, you have to set an intention on achieving that goal. Once you have done so, you have to live and act as if that goal has already been achieved. Doing so has been shown to maximize the chances of that person achieving said goal. When choosing a crystal for self-care, it's best to shop in person so you can find the one that you really need. When you see a crystal that really stands out or calls out to you, pick it up, relax, and see how it feels in your hand. You may feel a subtle tingling sensation in your hand that may travel through your arm, even through your entire body if the wave is strong enough. If the feeling makes you feel safe, happy, energized, or any other positive feeling that you desire, that crystal is right for you. If you don't feel anything from holding the crystal, or hold it and it gives you any sort of negative vibe, such as anxiety or dread, put it back. That crystal is not the one for you. As for the practical application of crystals, it's really simple, honestly. All you have to do really is just keep them on your person in some manner of capacity. You can wear them as part of jewelry, you can slip them into your bra or your pocket, you can make a pouch to hang them around your neck, you can even take them into the bath with you or put them in your drinking water. Alternatively, you could roll them into the cuff of your winter cap when it's cold outside. Now I'm going to talk about what is very much so the most important concept of self-care that I have to explain, and that is shadow work. This concept originated from the teachings of Carl Jung, who combined both psychology and sciences with spirituality. Therefore, I thought it was appropriate to take this and apply it to my own spiritual practices. By far, shadow work has been the most beneficial to my healing process. The basic concept is that shadow work involves working with your shadow. The shadow, as defined by Carl Jung, is a part of you that has been neglected since childhood because you had to hide that part of you in order to survive. As a result, it comes out in the form of judgments or attacks on others. Suppose you see somebody who's acting in a way that you don't find appropriate or it rubs you the wrong way. Why does that do so to you? The answer is because that person is likely displaying traits that you are rejecting for yourself to do. I will preface this by saying that the end goal of shadow work is to not only reconcile and accept your shadow self, but to love it unconditionally and allow it to integrate with you. Not because you want it to, but because both you and your shadow self are ready to accept each other willingly and 100%. How do you do that, you ask? Well, here's a few tips for when you decide to engage in shadow work. First, you have to center yourself. Keep yourself grounded and in the present. Second, you need to cultivate your self-compassion. Loving yourself is one of the most important things when it comes to accepting and loving your shadow self. Because if you can't love yourself as you are now, there is no way you're going to be able to love your shadow self. Thirdly, you need to cultivate your self-awareness. Be aware of your own feelings and your bodily reactions to situations. Fourth, you need to be honest with both yourself and others, even at the cost of conflict. For without conflict, there cannot be progress. Finally, record every discovery that you make when engaging in shadow work. For me personally, I write down everything on the notes of my phone. That is actually how I personally choose to do shadow work because I'm able to think inwardly towards myself and put my thoughts into writing, and that works perfectly for me. There are many different ways to do shadow work, such as doing it through meditation, or looking at yourself in the mirror and talking to yourself out loud or through your imagination. The methods are practically endless and it's up to you, and it just depends on how you prefer to go about this sort of thing. Try several different methods and see which ones you like the best. The 5 benefits you gain from doing shadow work include improved relationships, clearer perception, enhanced energy and physical health, psychological integration and maturity, and greater creativity. Now, here's some shadow work exercises you can try out. The first one is to watch your emotional responses. This is something that you can do outside of the home while you're out or interacting with people in any other manner. The more you pay attention to your behavior and emotions, the better chance you have at catching your shadow in the act. We tend to project our disowned parts of the shadow upon others, which typically comes in the form of judgment. The best way to identify your shadow is to pay attention to your emotional reactions towards other people. The next exercise would be to engage in inner dialogue. By dialoguing with your inner shadow, with them in your imagination or in your journal, you can integrate these parts into your conscious self. Next, challenge the good part of yourself. Make a list of all of your positive qualities on a piece of paper, then highlight the opposites of those qualities and then try to identify those opposite qualities within yourself. For example, if you identify yourself as a disciplined person, you're ignoring or repressing your lazy part, meaning your lazy part is hiding within your shadow self. If you want to identify with this lazy part of yourself, see it, accept it, make friends with it, and know that it's okay to be lazy on occasion. The next exercise is to get to know the shadow archetypes. There are 4 primary archetypes of the psyche: the king, the warrior, the magician, and the lover. Each of these archetypes possess qualities we define as the best attributes of adulthood. However, each of these constructive archetypes have a destructive shadow as well. There's not just one shadow, but 2 though. An active side and a passive side to each archetype. Getting to know the passive shadows makes it easier to identify your thoughts and behavioral patterns. The king's shadow self represents the tyrant and the weakling. The warrior represents the sadist and the masochist. The magician's the detached manipulator and the innocent one. The lover, the addicted lover and the impotent lover. The last exercise I have to share with you is called the 3-2-1 shadow process. Step 1. Choose what you want to work with. It's usually easier to begin with a person that you have difficulty with, such as your partner, coworker, or boss. Step 2. Face it. Imagine this person. Describe the qualities of this person that upsets you the most, or what attracts you to them the most while using third-person language. Do not calculate or try to say the right thing. You can be as harsh or as honest as you wish, since the person in real life will never really hear you. Step 3. Talk to it. Dialogue with this person in your imagination, speaking to them using only you language. Tell them what bothers you about them. Ask questions like, why are you doing this to me? What do you want from me? What are you trying to show me? What do you have to teach me? Imagine their response to the questions and record the conversation you have in a journal. Step 4. Be it. Become the person. Take on the qualities that either annoy or fascinate you. Embody the traits that you described in Step 2 and use first-person language. It might feel awkward, and it should, because you're taking on traits that you've been denying in yourself. I statements such as, I am angry, I am jealous, or I am radiant are appropriate in this step. Step 5. Notice these disowned qualities within yourself. Experience the part of you that is this trait. Avoid making the process abstract or conceptual. Just be it. And now you can re-own and integrate this quality within yourself. Now that we have gone over 6 minutes longer than the intended length of this presentation, I think now is a really good time to wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching this presentation. At the end of this, I will include a page full of all of references that I used in this presentation, plus a few books that I think might be handy for those of you who are interested in looking more into these concepts. Until then, thank you and blessed be.